Let's go next to our caller from the 218 area code. Who's calling today from 218?
Hi, David. It's Bill.
Hey, Bill, what's up?
Oh, well, it's cold. Hey, listen. What do you think it's going to take for us to really, honest to God, get back to a normal, to get out of these dark ages that we're in right now? Because the elections, it seems like that's just a bunch of bull. I don't know. Just what do you think it's going to take? I'm not advocating like for a revolution, but I know that's out of the question. But like a change in consciousness, people's got to. I mean, isn't it time everybody woke up and realized
Yeah,
what's
very,
going
very
on
good.
here?
So listen, it sounds like from what you're saying, you are not like a revolutionary leftist. I am also not what I would consider a revolutionary leftist. I'm a social democrat. So here's the
Right.
reality. I did a segment about this a couple of weeks ago. It might feel like a lot of our systems are unsustainable. And if you just draw a line from where we are now, it seems like they would be. Medical bankruptcy, education cost, inequality. It seems unsustainable. The establishment has a way of throwing a bone every once in a while to keep people in this middle ground where they are just okay enough that they're not going to abandon their job to do the types of activism that will really cripple the financial system and force
Yeah.
change, but still also in a precarious enough position where they also really can't afford to do that type of protesting. So, like on healthcare, some bone can be thrown. Some people would argue Obamacare was a sort of bone, whatever. So, as I said before, signing petitions is fine. Calling members of Congress is fine. Voting is more than fine. You've got to vote as a starting point. The system is designed to prevent people from doing mass rallies at urban centers. And I mean, not just people who already live in the city, I mean the state population masses at the Capitol demanding change. Strategic
Yeah.
defaults of mortgages, strategic call outs to cripple industry. I think that without becoming revolutionary about it, unless and until we get to that type of activism, I think we will see more of the same of working around the edges and throwing a bone to people every once in a while to basically maintain the status quo for corporations and rich people.
I see. Yeah, I agree with you. You had a caller a minute ago from Australia,
Yeah.
and now there's a country, the total country's on fire, and he's down there saying, I can't imagine what it's like to be in America right now. That pretty much sums it up, doesn't
It's
it?
true. And at the same time, when the US is about to get into a war, maybe, we have a point of privilege there because we know the war is not coming here. I mean, yes, we deal with individual terrorist attacks, domestic, most of them, some foreign, but we have a point of privilege where we can say, do we want to do a war in this country or not, without really having to worry that the war might actually be on American soil. And that's an extremely privileged position to be in.
I'm a baby boomer too, and I think it's terrible that we have to be talking this about wars. And
Yeah.
David, what do you think about a candidate like Marianne Williamson, who comes on a platform of pretty much love?
Uh-huh.
I know, I realize she doesn't have a chance, and I was all for Marianne at the beginning, but now I've switched over to Bernie. But what do you think a candidate like, or somebody like Marianne Williamson has a chance to ever help turn this country around?
I love her idea of love. I do. I also find some of her new age pseudoscience beliefs pretty kooky. And last time I mentioned that, people got very mad at me. I've interviewed her on the program before. She has some ideas that are
Yeah,
fine, but she's not going to be she's not going to be elected in 2020. So let's focus on 2020 first. Then we can figure out what kind of a role maybe Marianne can play in the future.
okay. Okay, David, thank you.
All right, my pleasure. Great to hear from you.